I just like to offer one statement because, the human nature, there's two components to healing. One is the science, right? One's the textbook. One is this is how the body should work. Okay. And then the other component, yeah, and there's three components to that. So that's like the emotional, the physical components, right? And I'm missing one. But there's three different components to that in terms of what we look at. Okay. But when we look at the human nature component, there's the science and there's the human nature component. The human nature side of us is like, we want it yesterday. Give it to me now. When we're in a valley, if you truly understand how the healing process works, which is what Dr. Avery was talking about, okay? She's talking about that peaks and Jamie, those peaks and valleys. That's what happens until what we find is, and this is something that you get, you're trucking up the little mountain, and there's like you're going, things are going well, and you're implementing, and you're implementing, and then all of a sudden you hit another valley. And the human nature component says, oh my gosh, this isn't working anymore. Oh my gosh, what happened? Right? But in reality, you're 3 feet from gold, and you don't want to suffer from 3 feet from gold syndrome, is what I call it, right? Is what you're doing in here is even the first two phases, mind you, for everybody to hear this is safe enough for a pregnant woman to take, right? So I want to like ease any concern maybe that somebody's having when we talk about toxins and detoxing and those sorts of things. Um, but in the first two phases, we're supporting, right? And we're preparing. So in the last two phases, your body can handle it. There's also a stopgap in terms of the last two phases called bind, meaning like if you're experiencing any detox symptoms, your practitioner can increase that. And that's usually the only thing that we need to do to kind of ward off any detox symptoms. So super simple. But the human nature component in those valleys can have concern, worry, what's really wrong with me, and have those types of thoughts. So that's where I offer, first of all, you did not come this far to come this far. Eating fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, proteins, and, the basic essentials of thriving, allowing for our body to thrive is not harmful in any way, right? The nutrients that you're taking, they're there to support, right? And allow for your body to get what it needs more rapidly in order to heal more efficiently. Okay. So I want to reassure you to, if there's any concern there, you did not come this far. You say, I did not come this far to come this far. And you keep going. But then that's why you also have our team of health, the clinical team. Okay. Is because that's when you can reach out to say, oh, you know what, I do maybe have a little concern. And then they can say, that's normal. Keep pushing, keep implementing. We'll, check in a few days. And then sure enough, there's another or another peak. Right. But that's where we can say, we've got the expertise, we've got the experience, the right people here on the clinical team that has the experience to say, I'm going to reassure you. Now, ultimately, it's up to you, right? Because it's your job to decide what's best for you. It's our job to just simply provide the information and guidance based on the experience and expertise. But your job to decide, okay, yeah, I do agree. I'm willing to kind of push through these next couple days and then let's reconnect, even though I feel a little bit concerned, right? But they'll be able to tell you, oh, time for a medical doctor. You need to go get some more tests. Okay. Or nope, we see this all the time. You're just in a little bit of a valley. Let's see what happens here over the next few weeks. This is kind of a normal response for people and or abnormal. And we need to make sure, we kind of start to troubleshoot. But that is like less than 5% of the people as they go through this process, right? And usually what happens there is there could be an underlying, low grade infection that they maybe weren't aware of that they've had chronically, literally for years that went undetected, that surfaces, or there's something there that surfaces. And in reality, that's a good thing because then we know, okay, this is truly, something that needs to be dealt with. But your practitioners, just to give you that peace of mind and reassurance, have that knowledge and expertise and they have the experience in this realm. They're the right people with the right information, in other words. So that's when you can lean into them just like you did today, and kind of talk through it. But we'll make sure that your practitioner can get in touch with you Dr. Jen. She can get you what you need there and kind of work through that with you as well. So hopefully that helps.